What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Brawling John with another episode of How to Play. And we are taking a look at another very strong restricted. And we're also throwing in a very underutilized Pokemon. Because on this channel, we love to have fun. And this team has fun in the sun. So let's just get right into it. The heart and soul of this team is Koraidon. This thing is a nuke. What Koraidon hits, it goes down. Now, I got some KOs with this Koraidon that I absolutely was not expecting. It's actually insane how much damage he does. So, let's take a look at the set. Our Koraidon is Terra Fire. The reason why you want to be Terra Fire is twofold. We want to be able to avoid Will-O-Wisp. We don't want to get burned on our Koraidon or like silly things like burning bulwarks, stuff like that. Incineroar with Will-O-Wisp is actually very popular in the meta right now. And because Intimidate doesn't work versus Clear Amulet, opponents will often try to find a way to burn you to reduce your damage. Now, offensively, the Terra Fire is amazing because it allows Flare Blitz to be a stab move in Sun, which with the Orichalcum Pulse does like a bajillion damage. Like I did the calc, I think it's literally 1.2 bajillion damage per damage bajillions, alright? Trust me. Now, we have Bulk Up on the Koraidon. Why? There is a lot of teams running around the ladder right now. You're going to see the Koraidon team running around that won Indianapolis. You're going to see Cali Shadow. But more often than anything else, you're going to see Cali Ice. I feel like Cali Ice teams are the most used teams on ladder because Trick Room can be easy to play. It's something that, you know, it's easy to kind of get a grasp of. You could do really well with it. So having a team that has a mode that plays really well versus Cali Ice is important. So Koraidon with Terra Fire, usually what I do versus a Cali Ice team is turn 1, I go ahead and give them the whole follow me plus Trick Room stuff. You can have it. What I'd like to do is I like to lead Koraidon plus Exeggutor, which we're going to get into. And I love to just go for a Bulk Up and a Reflect. Why? Because now when you go Terra Fire, you resist Glacial Lance, and you're gonna one-shot the Ice Horse with Flare Blitz. You just are. I mean, they might go Terra Water, predicting your Flare Blitz, in which case you can play for a Collision Course. You have Energy Ball on the Exeggutor, but with one Bulk Up and Reflect, you're actually doing really good stuff here. So that's what's really cool about the Koraidon is the Bulk Up allows you to play versus Trick Room, and then the Collision Course plus Flare Blitz allows you to play with Torn, who is the second probably most important mon on this team. This team loves speed control. I'm either giving up Trick Room and setting up, or I'm aggressively looking for speed control. We do that with Tailwind on this team. Also, Sunny Day is a good way of having speed control as well when we get into the Flutter Mane. But Torn is pretty straightforward here. It's Terra Dark for the Cali Shadow matchup. You don't see a lot of Cali Shadow anymore, but it's always good to have a strong matchup for that. The taunts is for those random Munguses, Bleak Windstorm. Even though this is a Sun team, and Sun teams typically want to run something like Air Slash, I found Bleak Windstorm to just be more useful across the board for ladder. If this was a best of 3 team sheet, I would probably put Air Slash, but given that this team is kind of made for ladder, I think Bleak Windstorm across the board is just a little bit better. You catch so many things on switch-ins, and you do such noticeable chip damage that really affects the game, that it ends up being pretty strong in my opinion. Incineroar is here with Safety Goggles. It's another answer to Amoonguss. Even though Amoonguss doesn't really have the best matchup against this team, I still never disrespect Amoonguss. Just don't do it. So we have the Safety Goggles, we have Terra Ghost for the Zamazenta matchup. Also, Terra Ghost Incineroar is good for the Koraidon Mirror match, so that you can dodge the collision course, which is really important. Fake Out, Parting Shot, Flare Blitz, Knockoff. It's a very standard set. I feel like the Will-O-Wisp set is really strong, but I feel like people are adjusting to that. So I do like having Flare Blitz on my Incin as another form of damage in Sun. And last but not least, we have the 2 juggernauts of the team, right? We have our 2 Photosynthesis users. We have Flutter Mane and Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt is here so you can beat up on Kyogre, right? Who am I kidding? You see a Kyogre, you whoop on him with Raging Bolt. That's how you win the Weather War. It's so good. And with Terra Water, it's so consistent. It's even good in the mirror match too, which is amazing. I really, really love Raging Bolt for this team. Raging Bolt is honestly mandatory. If you don't have Raging Bolt with Assault Vest on your Sun teams, you're doing it the wrong way. You have to have it. You have to have it to beat the Kyogre consistently, and it's really good in the mirror. It's just good versus almost everything. And Flutter Mane, really not much to say about it. I chose to go for a 252 Flutter with the Focus Sash. Nothing too crazy, just big Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, Moon Blast. We like to put out the damage. We like to finish games with the Flutter Mane in Sun. It's very, very strong. And if you take a look at our Exeggutor is Chlorophyll. So what that allows it to do is have double speed in Sun. This thing's like base 110 speed in Sun. Sleep Powder with Wide Lens is very strong versus certain Trick Room teams as well, because you can just go ahead and put the Trick Room setter to sleep if they're not careful. It's really, really good. It can do well versus Urshifu as a switch in. You switch it into Surging Strikes, it eats it all up. Energy Ball is a strong stab move that's pretty good in the meta grass coverage. And Reflect and Light Screen, like I said, are really, really important for certain matchups. Psy Spam, the Ice Horse, like that's where Light Screen and Reflect are really, really going to matter to you. So yeah, this is the team. It's kind of a standard Sun team, but I brought in the Exeggutor to help me with certain matchups, and I really, really do love the Exeggutor here. So I hope you guys try out the team. The rental code's in the upper right-hand corner. Thank you guys so much for clicking the video. As always, 10 comments, and I will go ahead and drop the Poke Paste for this team. But for now, guys, thank you for clicking on the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the matches. Drop a sub, a like, a comment, all that good stuff. It means the world to me. I am a small baby streamer, although I have been working out lately, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, leave me a sub, a comment, all that good stuff. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, alrighty, here we go. And my opponent is mostly confused. This is very interesting because they have Hyper Offense Rain with a Basculegion and everything, Torn, but they also just randomly got this Blood Moon Farig going, which I guess I understand to an extent. Blood Moon under Tailwind's pretty good. But they also just have Fire Ogre as well, which makes my life a little bit harder here because Exeggutor was actually pretty good in this matchup. Until they kind of just have this this fire pawn is not good for me. So that basically means I can't bring Exeggutor, who otherwise would have been really, really good in this matchup. Obviously Torn feels pretty good. Raging Bolt feels pretty good. The only thing Torn Raging Bolt loses to is the Blood Moon Ursaluna, of course. To which I really wouldn't have an answer if they just go ahead and lead the Blood Moon, but I doubt that they do. And even if they do, I could probably just hit it with a really hard Dragon Pulse, some stuff like that, turn 1. We definitely want Koraidon here, and I guess we should be bringing Flutter in case this becomes a speed matchup, and my Focus Sash can definitely come in handy if I need it to. But this is a very, very interesting matchup here. I really wish they didn't just have a random Fire Pawn on the squad, because I would have felt so much better about bringing this Exeggutor. And the Fire Pawn is probably for in the Sun matchup, but I just find that to be like kind of backwards, because your best way to beat Sun is to just lean into Rain, you know? Alright, so they lead Kyogre plus Torn. Pretty good stuff here. They do have like Ice Beam pressure and stuff like that if they want to. I think I'm down to go for Sunny Day on this turn and then just go for an Electro Web here. Part of me wants to go Terra Water. That way Ice Beam does less damage to me. But I do think this is probably better off. I mean, if he Ice Beams into Bolt, then Torn still lives next turn and I can set up Tailwind. So I guess this is the better play here, right? Now, they could always go Terra Grass. Oh, they actually swap out their Torn. Are you bringing in Blood Moon here? They're bringing in Giraffe. Interesting. Okay. I mean, I'm totally okay with this turn now. Because I feel like my Torn lives in Ice Beam kind of no matter what. What scares me a little bit is this means they might have Blood Moon in the back. Oh, Terra Water. Oh. Uh-oh. Are you Scarf? I mean, I am Sunny Day, but still. Sheesh! Terra Water Kyogre, the kahunas on this person right now. Holy sheesh, dude. Alright, so there's Water Spout. I think my mons live, but it's also really scary because it's full health, so Torn might go down. Oh, Torn lives on 4. Okay, so the reason why Torn living matters a little bit here is because I can match Tailwind. The problem now is he could just go for Trick Room. That's the actual issue that I find myself dealing with right now. And so for that issue, I do want to go with a Bleakwind Storm. And I guess I want to go with a Dragon Pulse into the Farig. I don't know if that picks up or not. I truly don't know. But I feel like they're setting up Trick Room, and it's my best bet here. Because I kind of got caught in a spot here where... Okay, they withdraw the Kyogre. That's good. I get a Bleakwind into a random switch in here. They bring back their Torn. So is this not Trick Room then? Because Electro Web would went crazy. Don't miss the Farig. No! Alright, well, they get their Trick Room up, I guess. But I never set up Tailwind. So this is still fine. Are you Citrus? Alright, there's Citrus Berry. So they probably were always going to get Trick Room up here. I was always going to have to be really, really careful about how I play this. Alright, so now Trick Room is up. Okay. So now, do I just sack the Torn? I could switch out, but I kind of don't want to switch out in this scenario. I think I'm fine to literally just Bleakwind Storm here, like YOLO. And then I guess I'll go for another Dragon Pulse into the Giraffe here. Because Torn can't hurt me, so I'm happy to leave the Torn on the field, you know? I'm happy to leave Torn on the field and just Dragon Pulse this Giraffe again. Totally down for that. They go for Hyper Voice, which is going to pick up. The crit on Raging Bolt just, like, really matters, because this is going to be a game of inches, and I definitely did not want to see that at all. So that's unfortunate. Alright, so Dragon Pulse is going to go in here. They're going to hit their Bleakwind Storm. Now, Raging Bolt most certainly lives the turn here, but that is quite unfortunate, right? Now, I could just set up a Bulk Up here. It's a bit risky, right? I still have my Terra, though. I just go Terra, Fire, and Bulk Up. Now, I think I bring in the Flutter Mane here. Definitely want to bring in the Flutter Mane here. And then I think I Electro Web this turn and pick up the double knockout. And then force them to their last two Mons here. Yeah, I think that's the play here. Because Electro Web should double pick up here. But they're going to have Kyogre and Trick Room. But then I'll have Sun up. Which is pretty good, right? Alright, so they go for Hyper Voice. Please don't crit me this time, buddy. And also, your last Mon, can it please not be Blood Moon Ursaluna? Please and thank you. That'd be really, really good if it's not. Okay. So I have the advantage, 3 Mons to 2, but they have Trick Room up. Because Tornadus missed Bleakwind like the true champion that he is. We know that one of the Mons is a Kyogre at about 40% health that I threaten with, him with priority. Now, there's the Ursaluna, which is really interesting, right? And here's the Kyogre. So, this is so interesting. This is so interesting. Did I protect last turn? I did, right? Yeah. Okay, so the thing is if they protect Kyogre, then I'm kind of fine here. Alright, I'm gonna go Terra Fairy. Moonblast into Ursaluna. And then Thunderclap the Kyogre. I don't know if Thunderclap picks up, though, is the problem. So I think I do this. I switch into Koraidon for the special attack boost. And then I Thunderclap the Kyogre. I don't think Koraidon goes down here, though, so I think I'm safe. This Kyogre is probably protecting, and they're probably just going to take out my Raging Bolt, which is good for them, but then it allows me to just stall out the last turn of Trick Room, and I should still win, right? So, like, that's the key to me winning here. Now, if they don't respect that play... Oh, then they get Thunderclapped and Sun! Got him! Let's go! Alright, now, are you Blood Mooning one of my slots, or are you going for Hyper Voice here? Okay, Hyper Voice I prefer, because Koraidon should live. Yo, yo, Raging Bolt, are you okay, buddy? Blink twice if everything is okay, Raging Bolt. Good lord, what a survival. I mean, Raging Bolt's gonna get knocked out this turn. I could... No, yeah, I'm just gonna click Dragon Pulse. It's fine. Alright, Koraidon goes first. Second there was a delay, and I thought Protect failed. I was about to be so crazy. Oh, I'm actually slower than the Ursaluna. Oh, this is just GG's. And they Earth Powered the wrong slot. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no. Looks like Trick Room was not your ally, my friend. We are going to collision course that ass. Alright, and that's a GG's. Shout out to my opponent. They played well, but in the end, the sun was having too much fun. Yeah. Alrighty, here we go. And we have Trick Room, Psy Spam with Necrozma. How would I like to play this? This could definitely be a bit weird. They'll probably be in a position where they could just always go for like the nice follow me plus Trick Room. And they can probably go ahead and get it off for the most part. I'm trying to think if there's any way I could really get around it. There's really not too much that can stop them from that, I don't think. I mean, Bleak Wind Storm plus like Terra Fairy Dazzle, but that's not really gonna do it. I could go Koraidon here, start putting things to sleep, or like set up a light screen, and then just try to like punch my way through their team. Which is always a fun strategy here. And then have like Ensign in the back if I need it as well. Terra Ghost on the Ensign could be really good. They love to go Meteor Beam when they see the Ensign. I guess I'm just going to go Koraidon Eggs. I'm going to bring in Ensign, and then I need another Mon that I think could win me the game in the back. Which I guess I would say is the Raging Bolts, but they do have that Ursaluna. Yeah, this is really bad. This is not an easy game to play, for sure. Necrozma, one of the many things that we are not prepping for, typically. But let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. This team generally can struggle into Trick Room matchups. Most of the time, you can just kind of set up screens and set up on them. The problem here is it's not Ice Horse, it's Necrozma. So, like, my Trick Room matchup is versus Kali Ice. I just literally... I literally just bulk up on turn 1 and then set up a Reflect, and then Kali Ice is kind of done for. The problem here is they have all special attackers. They're Calyrex, so that could be a bit of an issue here. I do like the idea of... I mean... I guess I like the idea of Terra Fire, Flare Blitz into the Hat, and then Sleep Powder the Indeedee. Or do I just go for the light screen right now? That's the question. Because this is probably just follow me. The thing is if Koraidon goes first and knocks out and one-shots this Indeedee, I'm just going to go for my light screen here. I'm going to go for a light screen here. Because they're playing around, Sleep Powder, which is good for them, as they should. They should be playing around Sleep Powder, you know? The good thing here is... they're gonna need to set up a Meteor Beam here if they really want to be effective. Oh, are they Trick Room on the Indeedee here? I could have just Sleep Powdered the Indeedee and won the game. That's crazy. That's so wild to me that people play like this. Like, really? You just gonna risk it all like that? You know Koraidon don't play. Dazzling Gleam! Hold up. Hold up, Eggs! Eggs might go crazy here. Eggs might go crazy here. We gotta hit the Sleep Powder, though. Oh, there's Necrozma. Okay, hear me out. We Flare Blitz the Indeedee, and we Sleep Powder the Necrozma. We can't lose. Necrozma protects. Good play. Well, if I one-shot, then it's not a good play. Alright, big Flare Blitz here. This is just the Eggs and Koraidon show. Holy. Okay. I mean, sure. Sure. My Koraidon's beating himself. Alright, so I can still somehow lose. But in order for me to lose... Ursaluna. That Ursaluna is protecting than a mother. Oof, do I call that he doesn't protect, though? Oh, man. Oh, man. I think Collision... No, he's gonna protect. He's gonna protect. We Flare Blitz, and we Sleep Powder the Necrozma here. Yep. Alright, Exeggutor, you have one job, buddy. One job, please, Exeggutor, please. Because I don't think this KOs because of his ability. Oh. Oh. It's like that, huh? Okay. Alright, never mind, guys. Turns out, Koraidon plus eggs, broken. Turns out this is broken. Yeah, we just energy ball. Battles canceled. Okay. Alright, GG. Shout out to my opponent. Yeah. Alrighty, here we go. And it is Hyper Offense Rain. I think I already played one of these on this video. But here we go again with the Hyper Offense Rain. And then I have to ask myself, is Exeggutor the play here? Because there's so many different ways to play this matchup. The problem is Terra Grass makes it like a little bit difficult. I like the idea of Torn Raging Bolt. It does generally pretty well. What ends up happening when I lead Torn Raging Bolt is half the time they somehow get Trick Room up on me, which could be a little bit rough. But I still think it's overall probably the best lead that I have here. If they go like Giraffe or Ursaluna, then that's like a big issue. I could conversely just go Koraidon plus Exeggutor. The problem with that is if they lead their own Torn, they can just Rain Dance on me and then things get real bad. So I do have to keep the Koraidon in the back. And then the question is, who do we want in our last slot, Flutter or Eggs? I think for this matchup, it does have to be Flutter, unfortunately. The idea is as long as I don't let Trick Room go up, I should be able to kind of win the speed control game. They do have a Regieleki, but I have Raging Bolts, which I can just spam Electro Webs and sit in front of Aleki, because Aleki doesn't really threaten me in any way. The only thing that threatens my Raging Bolt is the Blood Moon Ursaluna, which is why I have to be so mindful of Trick Room, right? So here we go. They go with Giraffe plus Kyogre, which is arguably probably the worst case scenario, right? Because now they can just straight up go for Trick Room, which is exactly what I didn't want. So this is one of those cases where if I would have led Miraidon, I would have been in a really good spot. But it's like impossible to tell, right? So I am going to go for Sunny Day here. I go for the Sunny Day. I think I go for the Electro Web to break Water Spout on the Kyogre here. It's probably my best play. I can't Thunderclap, so that's interesting as well. I could just go for Dragon Pulse into Giraffe. But I think Electro Web is simply just the play here. I could also just Bleak Wind Storm straight up. But I think setting up the Sun is more important here. Let's see. I assume this is Terra Grass. Terra Grass. Terra Water. Yeah, this Hyper Offense team always seems to be Terra Water, huh? That's so interesting to me. Because, like, I am just gonna set up the Sun here. Helping Hand. No Trick Room. That's so crazy. They're probably gonna knock out my Torn is, like, the craziest part about this. But now next turn, I just get to bring in the Miraidon, and I just get to go stupid, you know? So, I mean, I'm probably losing Torn here, which does suck. As long as I don't miss Electro Web on the Kyogre, though, I am still chilling. I'm still feeling really good about this. Alright, just don't miss Electro Web, buddy, and we're in such a good spot. Okay, we never miss Electro Web. We love to say, oh, that is a frail Kyogre. Hello. Alright, so now we bring in our good friend Koraidon. We go Terra Fire, we Flare Blitz the Giraffe, and we Electro Web again. And I think they can't really do anything about it. They can swap in their Torn, but that's not guaranteed to be effective. Flare Blitz the Giraffe, and Electro Web again. Yep, that seems to be the play for me, dogs. We're feeling really good about this. We're feeling really good. Alright, the Kyogre switches out, but what wants to switch into an Electro Web? Aleki? Maybe Aleki wants to switch into that. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's still pretty decent for me because now I drop Aleki's speed. So now Koraidon outspeeds, right? So, like, that's the good thing about this. And now they can play the Weather War game where they're just gonna swap the Kyogre in and out. But the problem with swapping the Kyogre in and out is I'm spamming Electro Web. Like, there's really, like Raging Bolt is just so good in this matchup. They might be trying to set up Trick Room. I wouldn't be surprised if they are. It's important that I don't let Koraidon go down, because now that our good friend Giraffe is gone, Koraidon always beats Blood Moon. Alright, so we get the speed drop here on the Regieleki. Pretty impressive, actually, all things considered. And what do you bring out here? You bring out the Kyogre. So now the rain comes in. Photosynthesis wears off. I am down to protect Koraidon and Electro Web again. I mean, Koraidon should be faster than Aleki. He should be faster than Aleki. But I also guess I don't want to risk it. So I'm just going to make this play here. But I really, really, really should be faster. Terra Blast is going to do, like, no damage. That's a Raging Bolt you're talking to right now. Oh, he's Life Orb. Okay, so we know he's not Scarf. So we got some good information here. And they're going to hit me with a weak old Water Spout. I mean, actually, it'll be pretty strong. I don't mean to make fun of it too much, but Raging Bolt's going to eat it up. Thank you, Raging Bolt. Now just don't miss the Electro Web, and that's GG's. Yep, nice. So now we know that Koraidon is faster than Aleki, so now we just double attack, and that's pretty much GG's. Let's go for the Collision Course into the Aleki slot, and let's go for Thunderclap. I guess Thunderclap into Kyogre, just in case he's still faster than me somehow. But this should be GG's. We're feeling pretty good about this. It's crazy how much rain I ran into with this team, but I'll be honest, I think Koraidon kind of farms rain. He just puts on so much offensive pressure, you know what I mean? Like, we kind of farmed the rain matchup. I was hoping we'd get some more Trick Room games where I can show you guys the power of Exeggutor, but I can't control the ladder. Alright, here comes Koraidon. Big old Collision Course. Do what you do, baby boo. Basically, my opponent misjudged turn 1, and they misjudged how important that spout would be. Like, yeah, you knock out my Torn, but, like, it's just not worth it. And here is Urshifu. Well, I mean, if there was ever a Mon that could turn this around. Oh, it's Dark Urshifu. Yeah, never mind, I lost. Alright, we just Collision Course and Thunderclap. Alright, we clapping. That's a 2-hit knockout. And that's a knockout. Alright, dope. Alright, GG, shout out to my opponent. They definitely made an aggressive turn 1 read, but it's not really good to play like that versus Koraidon teams. But either way, shout out to my opponent, GG's. Yeah. Yeet! That will do it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed those games. Koraidon went absolutely stupid. This Pokemon is absolutely busted. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the matchups. Feel free to try this team on ladder. If I get 10 comments, you guys could try this team on the showdown as well. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you so much. Yeah.